Hello and welcome. I'm so pleased to be with you today to talk about our amazing Vanderbilt libraries and the wonderful services and resources we offer to support students at Vanderbilt University. I'm Melissa Mallon. I'm the Associate University Librarian for Teaching and Learning at Vanderbilt Libraries. And I'm going to talk about our libraries in from three different angles. So I will talk a little bit about our services and resources that are available, then the many digital and physical collections and spaces that are available for students on campus and off campus, and then finish up with talking about some of our exciting and unique opportunities for engaging with the libraries at Vanderbilt. So I'll start off mentioning some of the myriad of services and support that we offer students. There's so much to talk about that I can't begin to cover it all, but we have a lot of resources that students are able to access throughout the campus. And one of those sort of core to the mission of the libraries, which is aligning with the university's research and learning mission, is helping equip students to be lifelong learners, to get the skills that they need both for their career at Vanderbilt. So that could be learning how to write a literature review, to everyone's favorite subject, citing sources, which is not anyone's favorite subject. We're here to support students on that journey. To thinking about how to engage with information, to evaluate it for relevancy and currency and bias, to fighting the misinformation fight that we all have to deal with right now. So thinking about how to use these skills, building them to create a successful academic journey at Vanderbilt, but then also prepare students for their career, for further education, or wherever their path may go after they graduate from Vanderbilt. So our librarians work closely with faculty to design research projects and research assignments that sort of reinforce and build these skills. And also we really work with our campus partners across the university to help support students outside of the classroom as well. So we've got a lot of really exciting opportunities beyond those more curricular focused research skills, to thinking about information in different ways. So the libraries partner very closely with our colleagues over at Immersion Vanderbilt to help students think about their immersion projects and to think about what research support and tools are available, both as they're starting their immersion journey, thinking about what type of projects they may want to do, and then as they continue on to see what type of research has been done and what type of research they can contribute to whatever they're interested in researching. We also have worked closely with our colleagues at the Wondery on several different experiential or immersive learning experiences. We've had several design your own library boot camps where students can come in and use the design thinking process to identify ways of updating and sort of tweaking the library's spaces and services to be more user-friendly and more accessible. So those are just a couple examples of some of the partnerships that we have that support students outside of the classroom in a more of a co-curricular perspective. Our crowning jewel at the libraries, I have to say, are our librarians. So just as the Vanderbilt libraries as a whole are here to support students in their path to success, our personal librarians can be thought of maybe as your best friend on campus, beyond your best friend. Our librarians are here really for the students to support them and help them be successful, whatever that may look like. So we have a personal librarian, a subject librarian for every major and program on campus, from the traditional ones like history and sociology to more interdisciplinary programs like data science or public policy. And these librarians are available to meet with students, both in groups, if that works, or individually, You'll see our librarians in the classroom talking about research skills, again, collaborating with faculty. And then also just meeting with students one-on-one. So all of our librarians have online appointment schedulers that students can use to set up an appointment. We love Zooming if that is easier, but we are also very happy to meet in person, either in the library, but we're also happy to come across campus and meet students where they are. So that could be at a residence hall, or on a bench outside of the library, or even at Starbucks. We've been known to have many a research meeting at Starbucks. Our librarians are friendly and approachable, and they're happy to help get you started either from the beginning of your research as you're just investigating, or as you are digging deeper into research for courses or programs. We also have a lot of just sort of help yourself resources. Maybe you don't have time to meet with a librarian, or you just need a quick answer. One of our resources is our Ask a Librarian live chat service that is available on the library's website, monitored by librarians, but that's great for just a really quick, hey, do you have this book? Or what time does the library close today kind of question. We can also connect you with librarians for more support if you need a little bit more in-depth research help there. We also have research guides that span a number of different subject areas and topics to help get started. So this is anything from just how to manage your research to, again, that everyone's favorite citation question, to different types of disciplinary resources that are available in the libraries. So in addition to those wonderful services, we also have amazing physical spaces and both physical and digital collections in the libraries. This is my moment to say we do have books in the libraries. You're going to hear me talk about all of our amazing digital resources, but we do have some great spaces in our buildings where you can pick up a book and go sit in a comfortable little nook in one of the library lobby areas and just read an old-fashioned book. Our 4 main undergraduate libraries are Central Library, which is kind of the main library on campus. It's our biggest library, situated literally centrally on campus. Our music library, our science and engineering library, and the Peabody Library are all spread throughout campus and offer a lot of different types of spaces that students can use for really whatever their needs are. So you can see we've got some beautiful spaces overlooking the amazing Nashville scenery. We have some really classic, more traditional reading room spaces. And then we also have study rooms that are equipped with technology that are great for practicing a presentation or working with a group to display your work on a digital screen so everyone can see what's happening together. So most of these spaces are available to reserve online, but we also just welcome you to come on by and pick an open chair and start studying. We also encourage students to use the library spaces for places to relax as well. We provide safe and welcoming spots to bring in your coffee or a late night bagel or something like that if you're studying late. Our science and engineering library is open 24 hours, 5 days a week, so that's great for those late night studies. And the spaces are here for you. So we also have a number of technologies that are available for students. This is beyond just the traditional laptops and desktops that we have in our libraries for students to access. Our science library also has a very amazing collection of technologies that are really focused on the types of projects that students are encountering in the classroom. So these are tools that can help with podcasting, with VR. We've got VR headsets that are available. We also have a lot of specialized software, GIS software, a number of creative solutions such as Adobe Creative Cloud. We also have a lot of data software, and the library is really committed to having both physical and technology access that is accessible to everyone no matter what your needs are. So you'll find a lot of adaptive technology and resources to support you no matter where you're coming from or what kinds of ways that you want to use the library. I already gave a nod to our physical resources, which I'll talk about again here in just a second, but I can't not mention the amazing digital research tools that are available. There is so much research happening at Vanderbilt, from very in-depth, high-level research happening in a lot of labs and faculty spaces, to just some general, how do I make my street better so there are less accidents or less speeding happening on my street. All different types of questions are being asked, and we have digital tools to support all of that kind of research. So this could be streaming video resources from documentaries to streaming art, such as theater or vocal performances. We've got data sets that are available for students to use to study for assignments, or also to use to help launch your own research. And we also have a lot of current news sources that are available to help sort of keep up on the world. The New York Times and the Wall Street Journal are available to everyone on campus as part of our subscription access. So a lot of great tools. Again, shout out to our personal librarians. If you need help accessing these or to learn more about what we have, just reach out and we'll be happy to point you in the right direction. I'd also like to highlight our very distinctive collections that you literally cannot find anywhere else in the world. So we've got 4 of these unique collections within Vanderbilt libraries. Our special collections and university archives is a fantastic place to engage with both Vanderbilt memorabilia and records, but also some rare books and all sorts of different things, from we have button collections and postcards from elections, a lot of different resources that we do partner with faculty to use these for assignments that students can come and engage with the materials. But also just if you want to learn more about the Nashville and Vanderbilt history and how that is informing what we're doing today. Special collections is a great place to do that. We love having students come visit and engage with the collections. The History of Medicine collection is also really cool and unique. There's some very interesting things in that collection that could be of use to pre-med students, but also people that are studying sociology or human behavior. And our Fine Arts Gallery is a great place for just a quiet afternoon to kind of step away from campus, have lunch in the galleries, or in the lobby space next to the gallery. Great, beautiful space over on the Peabody campus. And then finally, my favorite collection is our television news archive, which includes broadcasts of news from all of the major networks clear back to 1968. So this is a great resource for studying, those studying media, but again, really any number of disciplines. I also like watching it for the old commercials, so you can see, weird mom haircuts or just funny accents, and it's a little bit of fun. So those I would recommend if you need a break. Check out the television news archives and all of the mini commercials that are available there. Also for serious business, you can use them for media projects. So finally, I'd like to talk a little bit about some of our innovative opportunities and exciting ways that students can connect with their librarians and with the libraries as a whole. So one of the really cool events that we do several times each year are Wikipedia EDIT-A-THONS. So these are usually focused on some sort of topic or theme, from art and feminism to Black History Month to Nashville social justice sites. And this is a great way for students to actually create new knowledge. So using Wikipedia, which we have all used for our own research, but contributing to the articles within Wikipedia to both update and make more authoritative entries that already exist, but to also create some new ones to highlight perhaps underrepresented topics or people that haven't been written about in Wikipedia. So keep an eye on our library events calendar on our website to learn a little bit more about these events and how you can access them. We also have a really special program which is called the Buchanan Library Fellowship, and this is open to all undergraduate students. It's a semester-long program that also includes a stipend and really allows students to get experiential hands-on learning with research. And these fellowships can run from working with our special collections, creating exhibits, studying some of the historical materials we have in our collection to see how that influences today's topics. They can also be related to data science, creating websites, or analyzing collections and statistics. And we also have some that allow students to engage with some of the information challenges that we're facing today. So a recent fellowship that we did was on misinformation and social media, and you can read a quote here from one of our fellows in that group. In this one, students had the cool opportunity of creating a podcast to sort of summarize some of the research that they did during the semester. And so I wanted to just play a quick little clip for you of one of the student podcasts so you can get a sense of what types of questions they're asking.
Welcome to Agency. An informational podcast where we talk about misinformation and its effects. We're your hosts. I'm Marissa Tessier, and I'm a first-year student studying secondary education and English.
I'm Libby Whitmore. I'm a sophomore studying political science and human and organizational development.
And I'm Karen Pooh. I'm a freshman studying computer science and biology. This episode, we will focus on the generational divide between how misinformation is received and spread, as well as the types of misinformation that are spread and its consequences.
Before we begin, I think it's important to understand what exactly misinformation is. Misinformation, at its core, is false, inaccurate, or misleading information. This differs from disinformation, which is false information that is spread with the intention to deceive and mislead the public. That being said, both misinformation and disinformation certainly are prevalent in our discussion about how these types of information are spread.
If you're interested in listening to more podcasts like these and learning more about misinformation, check out the other podcasts made by the Buchanan Fellowships.
Thanks again for listening, and always remember the importance of agency in consuming online materials.
Okay, so hopefully that gave you a little bit of a sense of the types of questions and concepts that students are engaging with, at least in this misinformation fellowship. But I highly encourage students to take advantage of these. They're really unique opportunities, and you get the chance to work very closely with librarians and faculty in a number of different subject areas. As I mentioned, we are very committed to supporting students where they are and supporting them in a holistic way. So a lot of this happens with our campus partners. One of the events that we have every semester, at the end of the semester, to support students through that very stressful time of finals is a pre-exam study jam where we collaborate with our colleagues in the Vanderbilt Writing Studio, the Office of Tutoring Services, and the Center for Student Wellbeing, where we have sort of a all hands on deck, literally, event where students can get research support from their librarians, can talk to writing and academic tutors, get some support for their exams. And then also, because you cannot be researching and studying all the time, taking a break with our colleagues at the Center for Student Wellbeing with some meditation. We've been known to offer some chair massages, which are very popular. So a lot of events like that that really help students with the transition to a stressful time, or transition through a stressful time. We will get to the other side of it. Along that line, we do love events in the libraries. We have so much fun connecting with students on campus, both in the libraries and then just around. We have a lot of events that get students to engage with the library in unique ways. So one of those is our Welcome Back Fall Breakfast that the Music Library hosts every year to get to know the librarians and visit the music library space. We've had pumpkin decorating events. We have an ice cream social that we hold every fall semester that is really just free ice cream and a chance to talk with your librarians, meet your friends between classes. It's a lot of fun. Probably our most popular event, though, is anything involving animals. So we often have dogs come as therapy during finals time often. We've been known to have goats on campus, not in the libraries, because that would probably be very messy, but somewhere near the libraries in a nice little courtyard or something that's a little easier to clean up. So these events often happen at the beginning or the end of the semester to kind of transition between those times in the semester. But again, just keep an eye on our website and the campus calendar to see what types of events are available. We post those in Anchor Link as well. So I'll just wrap up by saying that the libraries are here for you. We exist because of the students on campus, and our goal is to promote and encourage student learning both in the classroom and outside of the classroom. So whatever that may look like, we are here to support you. I encourage you to reach out to your personal librarian if you haven't already. Get to know them, maybe make an appointment, just send an email to say hello. We are so happy to help. You can access all of these resources on our library website. And please reach out if you have any questions or you just want to know, hey, how do I access the Wall Street Journal? We can help you get started with that too. So from all of us at the Vanderbilt Libraries, anchor down.